Hey everybody, this is Kiki from Niar Designs. I pray you're all doing well and are doing something that makes you happy. We have something a little special today, but before we begin, we got to get into I always do that, our God's gift box. I always do it upside down. I will give unto him that is our our thirst of fountain. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if I was reading that incorrectly. I had to read it to myself first. Okay, let me start over since I totally blew that. I will give unto him that is our thirst of the fountain of water of life freely. Revelations 21:6. Heavenly Father, fill me with thy joy so that there will be a constant overflow to attract others to thyself. Absolutely. Sorry about that. Okay. So, DJ over at Hither and Yon, if you don't know, you have to go. Please, please, please. Of course, links will be in the description. As always, DJ comes out with a kit every month. It's a free kit for that month. This was the kit for this month, for September. So that means, because it's not the end of September, you can still go over and get this kit on her channel for free. Now, I will have a disclosure. I did look at DJ's first. She had no, sorry. I guess it was her second. The first video, she shows the kit. Then on the second video, she puts together just the journal itself. Then she starts the decoration part. I haven't seen any of those other than the first two. Obviously, the first one, the kit, and then when she put it together, because I wanted to see what she did with the binding. So, DJ, if I messed it up, if you see this, if I messed it up, sorry. The first time I did this kind of binding, but I'll show you what I did, and then I'll obviously go over the kit with you as well. I did put a few of my own stuff in here, like beads and thread and that kind of stuff, but 99% of this is from the kit itself, okay? So obviously this stuff is mine. This is the binding that I was talking about. Very cool. I did end up putting the seed beads on here. I did the 3 signatures like DJ did, because I figured for this size journal, 3 signatures were sufficient. But I thought I was going to do 2, to be honest with you. I was going to do 2, and I didn't like the way the 2 looked, so I split them up into 3, and I do like the 3. It just looks better to me than 2 signatures. I find that 2 signatures is just odd for me. Okay, so what I did was I put 2 ribbons together. These 2 are separate ribbons, and then when I stitched in the signature, that's when I put the seed beads in here. Okay, so let me start with the kit. Now, the front. What I did was I made 2 copies of one of this page. One of the copies I put down. The second copy, I just cut out the sunflower, as you can see. I put that on foam dots. Then there was another flower that matched this one, and then I just cut the flower itself, just the petal part. And I did frosted crystal on here, and I also put that on foam dots. So it's foam dots on top of foam dots. So there's 3 lining. Here's the first one. See the flower. Then the second then the third. And that's how I got it up high. Then this came with it, and what I did was I just took some gold paper card, and I have die cuts, and so I just die cut the word fall, and I just put it in here. But this comes in the kit. The letters do not. And then what I did for the closure is I just took twine with some wooden beads. Very, very simple. I just put it through here. I did put a small eyelet in, just wrapped it around on the front and the back. And that's it. Now, again, all the papers, everything, this isn't from the kit. So not where it says story, but all the papers itself, the dragonfly, everything else is included. There we go. And some of them I did embossing and some frosted crystal. I did emboss the little vase. That looks so good, doesn't it? It looks so yummy. And look at this sweater. Come on. Does that not look like a great sweater to wear on a nice autumn day? And I embossed that with some gold and a stamp. And this actually, there's a few of these in here. I got this in, Angela gave these to me from Angela Jones Creates. So it fit, you know, and I did stencil. I did do some stenciling and some stamping. Again, some of these are mine, but you can see most of the stuff in here comes with the kit. Again, embossed and some frosted crystal on the sunflowers. This was in the kit. I just stapled it on. Of course, you know, how to make an appearance. Tiny attacher. This did come in the kit. I just went over it with my pen and then with gold. Let me see if I can show you. This is what I embossed with, and I used this embossing pen. You get two. I used, oh my goodness, I used the smaller one. And I just went in the letters, and then I used the embossing powder and obviously embossed it. And then I used it as like a belly band. I did do 2 pages upside down. This page is upside down. You can't tell because I put this in the corner, but and this page, this you can tell a little bit more, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I did the same thing here. This flower wasn't here. I just cut this sunflower out from another one of the other pieces of paper, and then this also, and I just put some foam dots to make that, you know, pop up. And just because it was I just thought it looked nice. It gave it a little something. And this, I just put some fabric underneath it. This I made into like a little tuck spot, and this had like a string on it. I put a real string on it and just made that into a tuck spot. Here's another. This is the paper that was upside down. The hay bale is supposed to be on the bottom, but that's okay. I just put the pumpkin, and I wrote the word pumpkin with some stencils. It comes out. There's nothing here, so you can write your own word. And then I did that as well, the piece. And some frosted crystal. These are mine. This is in there. I just fussy cut around it and then cut it in half, and I used it as a belly band. And I don't know if that's what DJ had intended or not, but that's what I did with it. But these, they're just so pretty, aren't they? Okay, so that is the first signature. This is the second signature. I have a little stamp that says Happy Fall, so I use that. These come with the kit. I just put them together, and I just made a little hidden paper clip. Not really hidden, I don't know, altered, I guess, paper clip from it. To then I made this little coin envelope from what we did with the stamping. We made that together. Did I lose that other? I guess not. This is another. And I use the frosted crystal and the regular embossing a lot in this one. Here's another thing that I embossed. And again, I used the leaves with this ticket again in the kit. I put frosted crystal on that as well, on the leaves, and I made a little tuck spot. The tickets, some of them I use as like little tabs. I just cut the corners. And that's also in there, not the word, but the bird and blackboard. And here, this comes in the, obviously the fabric doesn't, but this comes in the kit. Again, I just made it into another little tuck spot or pocket. And this came out of a book. And that's the middle of the second signature. And I stamped, either I stamped or stenciled, I think, every page just to give it something. This is one of those papers that we did together. I just made it into a pocket and a little journaling spot. This also came in the kit. See, another stamp. And this is the third and last signature. And here's the other piece of what Angela got me, and I made this into a little tuck spot for it. This one comes in the kit. I love these colors though together. It's just reminds me of Connecticut so much. I grew up there, so these fall colors, and that's one thing I really miss is that. We don't have that here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? These come, they're separate. I just put them together to make a little pocket. Look at that. Does that not look like so peaceful? How pretty is that? I love the little teapot. And here we go. That also comes in the kit. Again, I just used the pen with some embossing powder. And this is an envelope that I made with one of the pieces of paper that we made together. And here's that other half of the other one that I showed you. And then here, this came in the kit. I just cut them out with a circle punch, put them on a ribbon, put that on another ribbon, and then made it into a tuck spot. And made this little journaling spot to go in it. This comes in the kit. And this, I just made a pocket in the back. this I'm giving this to my sister-in-law. So this is just the letter from the bookkeeper kind of thing. So I just put that, I just made this heart into a pocket for that. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you like this flip through. Please go and say hey to DJ. Get yourself a kit. Enjoy. It's perfect for fall, especially if you love sunflowers as much as I do. It's just beautiful. And it's a great little size. You can put it in your, give it away, put it in your little, in your pocketbook. Take it with you. But anyway, I will say goodbye. I will wish you all an extremely blessed rest of your night, day, or morning, wherever you are in this world. God bless you. I love you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.